it's not so much, sorry, yeah. It's not so much that it's difficult. I mean, it's difficult, but it's it's technical, the back and forth of how you darshan psukim, klalu prado klaus, right? And all those type of limudim. So I'm sorry, last night I ran a little fast at the end. So basically, we have two psukim that talk about geneva. Right? It says im yimotze haganav, if you find the ganav, then he has to pay. And it says im lo yimotze haganav, right? And then he swears, then he's potter. So yimotze haganav is referring to what, and in lo yimotze haganav is referring to what. So one shita says they're both referring to toy and tainas ganav, not actual geneva. They're both psukim are talking about toy and tainas ganav. So the Gemara yesterday asked, so what do you need two psukim with that for? The other shita holds that the first one is talking about actual geneva, and the second pasuk is talking about toy and tainas ganav. So we're going back and forth with both of these shitas. What does each one do with each other's limud? So that's where we're holding. So basically, we had said at the end of the daf and the top of this stuff, the top of today's daf, that he learns out from a ton of debate Chizkiah, right? Meaning, how do you know? So we're through the back and forth. We want to know how do you know kefil? How do you know kefil? By a regular ganav, how do you know kefil? Right? So we had said, and he learns it out from this limud of Tana Devei Chizkiah, which is from the word shar and geneva, meaning everything gets included in shar and geneva. That's essentially what we said. So Amar Mar, so now it quotes it. We're about 12 lines down. It's going to be rapid fire back and forth for today's daf, and that's partially tomorrow's. So Amar Mar, yeah, about 12 lines down on Samach Daled Amud Aleph. So the Gemara says, Yoimar Shor Ugeneva. Again, remember we said the Psukim, Aaron posted some stuff. I posted some stuff. So basically the pasuk had said that if you steal, and then it says Shor, Chamor, Salma, right? Then it says Geneva there. It says all sorts of Psukim. So the Gemara is going to be going through why did the Torah say certain specifics. So it says Shar and Geneva. So Gemara asks, Misiv Shar u Geneva. Does it say the word Shar u Geneva? It says Geneva v'Shar u Dusiv. First it says Geneva, then it says Shar, which is the prat and then the klal. Now we're going to see that there's a big difference between learning a klal and a prat and a prat and a klal. Yeah, a klal and a prat. What's the word? Not constricts. It makes it
restricts.
Less. What? Constricts. There's a better word than that.
Inclusive.
Inclusive.
Restrict. I guess restrict. Right. Meaning it makes it more specific. Yeah, it makes a cloud and a makes it more specific. A prat and a cloud broadens it.
Class is going to have to be clear.
Right?
If you want to do that, very sure.
No. Right? The chitema. Okay, so it makes a big difference whether it says Geneva is a klal, Shor is a prat. So it makes a big difference if it says Shor and Geneva or Geneva and Shor. Right? So Gemara was dashing it as Geneva and Shor. I'm sorry, Shor and Geneva. So we have to see how it goes. So Amar Yomer Shor Geneva. Let's say Shor Geneva. Miksiv Shor Geneva, though, but does it say Shor Geneva? Geneva v'Shor Udosiv. In the pasuk it says Geneva and Shor. The Chitemi Ilu Nema Kamma. The Gemara is not saying that that's what we should dash. And the Gemara is trying to ask if it would have said Ilu Nema Shor Geneva. Had it said Shor and then Geneva, that can't be either. Mimatas Amrit Ma Prat Mefurish. But then keep you say this. You're going to say that Ma Prat Mefurish have a Shor Prat. Right? What's the prat? Is a shor, obviously. Ugeneva is a klal. Pratu klal. When you have a prat and a klal, nasa klal meisif ala prat. Then the klal adds to the prat, right? Because you had a specific thing, and then the Torah goes and broadens it. This rabble who called me, and that would include everything. So that can't be what it's talking about, because the Gemara was specifying things. Right? It must be. We're trying to darshan it the way it actually says it. Geneva v'shar. So when it says Geneva, which is a klal, shar is the prat. Are you able to say that everything is a klal? Oima prat mefurish, or say that the prat is mefurish. Like Geneva klal, the shar prat. Klalu prat ein bechlal ela masha beprat. So then it's only whatever's in the klal only applies to what's with the prat, and that's it. So then shar in then means you'd only have to pay kefil for a shar midachrini loy. So basically the Gemara is asking on Reb Chizkiah, the Tana Devei Chizkiah, how exactly are they darshaning this pasuk of Geneva and Shar? So now the Gemara again is going to go back and forth for an amud on this. So Amar Rava, Tana Achayim comes samachlei. It's going on the word Chayim, right? The klalu pradu klal karmalei. Really, it's a klalu pradu klal, which we know is somewhere in the middle, right? There's the rule, and then a specific, and then a rule. That means it doesn't have to be specifically like the prat. We can broaden it, but meaning anything that's similar. So in the Gemara asks, Kamma, you don't have the initial klal is not the same as the second klal, right? Because Chaim says only things that are alive would you pay kefil, right? Geneva says anything that gets stolen. So now we have a new concept of the klals have to be including the same, meaning the klal. Till now we haven't had this concept. They have a klal and then a prat and a klal. So now the Gemara is asking, well, the two klalos, right? The bookends, the two klalos. Klal is probably not the word, right? Klalim. Gershon came on, he got me scared. I said klalos. Right? Okay, yeah. The two klalim, right? The two rules have to be the same. So if Chaim is one of your rules and Geneva is another one, those are not including the same amount, because Chaim is much less inclusive, because that means only kefil on something that's alive. So what it says, we don't care about that. It's going according to Tanat Rabbi Shmuel, who does darshan. In this case, he does darshan klal prat. He doesn't require the klalim to be the same. Now here's the kasha. Why do you need the pasuk of himatze timatze? That's a double lashon, right? L'chayra would mean anything himatze timatze is mashma riboy. It's mashma that's going to come to include a lot of things, right? Otherwise, why you use a double lashon? So then the Gemara asks, okay, Yoimar sharu geneva v'chayim v'akol b'chlal. So now just say the word shar, Geneva, and Chaim, and everything's included. Right? By the way, when Bava said your Parshas Mishpatim in a few weeks, and you see why there's 3 psukim and Rashi's 3 psukim to a page, and the Rashis are this massive, it's because of these Gemaras that's why that's what Rashi is trying to make a synopsis of all these Gemaras. Yeah. Anyway, so Yoimar Shar, Geneva, and Chaim. So the Gemara says, if you would say that, just those 3, then I would say, Ma prat mafurish davar akar l'gam mizbeach. Then maybe I would think that the prat is only coming to tell you that you pay kefil if you lie or steal something that would be brought on the mizbeach. Afkol akar l'gam mizbeach. So only things that you mark around the mizbeach, right? So it would be very limiting. So then the Gemara asks, Ma yesh lahavi. So what do you want to include? This seh. You're going to include sheep, meaning if you want to broaden it, what are you including? Sheep. So when it says seh, hare seh amar, you already said seh, meaning the pasuk also says seh. Amani mekayim geneva. So then what's geneva telling you? The lab is called over to include everything. So then yom geneva v'shar v'seh, v'chayim, and then hakol b'chlal. Right? Then why do you need himatzeh? Right? Meaning if you have everything included with shar, seh, geneva, and chayim, so then what do I need himatze timatze for? Right? I'm sorry, I have to stick in my apikourses for a second. Like sometimes the Torah seems to with the stories, right? Here we're going with every little word the Torah says. And by Eliezer Eved Avram, he says over the story 10 times. right? We don't spend blot of Gemara, right? The Rabban, we don't blot of Gemara analyzing why the Torah spends so much time saying over the story here. I guess it has to do with Mishpatim is after Matan Torah, so l'chayra. We have to put that in too, right? That it's meaning it's halacha as opposed to stories. And is that total apikosis?
I guess it's to prove that we're so very smart. That the Tanoim are very smart. The Torah could have put it in 3, 4, 5 more words. You didn't need the Tanoim to be such geniuses from a different planet. The Rishonim could have been almost regular people if there would have been a few more words in these pashas.
Yeah, well, they did a good job of making me feel not smart. I can tell you that.
Could be there's a Rashi al Torah somewhere. One of the psukim that says Eile HaTorahs v'chukim v'mishpatim. The Rashi differentiates between the three. He says mishpatim. Don't think that these are ethical. These would understand without the Torah. There's no such thing. Mishpatim are mitzvahs. You need the Torah to elucidate in order for us to understand them. This is the point of these Gemaras. I would think that anything you steal is stealing. So this is not.
Saying,
this is
you
need to know exactly.
Can't hear him.
Can't hear.
I was hearing you.
No, but then he stopped.
Oh.
Okay, whatever it is. Okay, I hear. Okay, maybe. Okay, I don't know if that's a vart or that's a pshat. Whatever. Anyway, so the Gemara is saying, just say Geneva, Shor, Se, and Chaim, and I don't need Matzah Timatzah. So what I answer is, there were about 10 lines up in the bottom. Ilu Kain, if that would be the case, then it would say only things that have a bechor, right? Shor, and a Se. Af kol davar shehakadosh b'chayra. So then only kefil on something that has kadosh b'chayra, which would be pretty limited. Then the Gemara asks, "Ma yeshachal lahavi chamar?" So what are you going to bring chamar? So kasham chamar hare chamar omar. When it says chamar, then it says a beferish. Hamani mekayim geneva. So then why don't you geneva? The rabbi is called over to include everything. Fine. So then yomer geneva shor se chamar b'chayim. Right? Just going down the road with each word. Okay, so now you added shor to it. So now you have shor, geneva, se, chamar, chayim. That includes pretty much, what else are you stealing, right? Selamite, then what do you need himatze timatze for? So Gemara asks, no, ilukain. Then Gemara says, if that would be, maybe it only includes balei chayim because every one of those things is alive. So avko balei chayim, as opposed to if you stole a guy's wallet, maybe they wouldn't be capable on a wallet. So the Gemara goes again, ma yesh l'chalahavi shar balei chayim, kishu oimer chayim, but then it says chayim, sarei chayim emma. So then that includes balei chayim. Amani mekayim geneva, the rabbi is called davar. So then geneva includes everything. Fine. So then in himatze timatze lamali, why don't you himatze timatze antom the base? Ihachi shaper kashale. So then it's taka good kasha. So what do you need himatze timatze for? So the Gemara says, "Mishum this like pircha," because there's a kasha, because you have a kasha on all these limudim. The rabbi is called over mehecha kamaisi. How are you including everything? Michlal basra, from the klal basra, right? Klalu gufei chayim tzivei. But in the klal itself, it says the word chayim. Klalu pradu klal, my kamahanile. So now what is the klalu pradu klal coming to tell you? Ilasuye kol davar, if it's coming to tell you anything, hachayim ksiv. It says chayim. Bali chayim in v'di achrini loy. So you can't say it includes everything. B'shum hacha, it's rich im himatze. So because chayim, the word chayim goes in the klal. So maybe you would think that the klal only includes live animals or live things. It would not necessarily include anything else. Then that's why you need himatze timatze. So Gemara says, Amri v'hashnei klalos t'smichi adadinenu. Good. So now what do you want to say? Himatze timatze is inclusive, right? So himatze timatze, those are two rules, right? Himatze and timatze. So it's two klalos, one after the other, right? How can you say it's a klal of product klal? So now we have another rule. Amar Ravina Kadamri B'Marava. Like I said, it's all Kol Mokum Shatamoitz Shnei Klolos. Here it's Klolos, Gershon. Right. Kol Mokum Shatamoitz Shnei Klolos, where it says two rules. Hasmucha Zelazeh. Now here we go. Now we start playing Tetris. Tetris with the words. Right. I hope that's not a bizayin de galosh. I mean, just for clarity's sake, we have two rules.
What's Tetris mean?
You don't know what Tetris is?
No.
Yeah, it's an old game. You know, with the boxes you.
Tiago, I just saw something this week. A kid, a 13-year-old, actually, they say it's impossible to win. This kid won.
What, Tetris?
Yes.
But Aaron, you need a mafia or sports reference.
I don't know what Tetris means. I have no idea.
It's the one with the digging. 99999. That one.
You know the game that the box
Okay, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't
It
make a difference. No,
It doesn't-
I might not Kamina.
makes enough.
Everything else he understands, but the Tetris he doesn't.
I never heard it.
I
I
can
don't know
learn
what-
it from the Einechlach.
That's right. No, the Eineklof don't know it. This store does not know Tetris. If any, Rabaran's in the sandwich. Don't they call you the sandwich generation? So that's the problem. You know, it's a game where you must know about it. It comes, there's a box and then there's like an L shape and you have to try and put them all into each other. When you get a row, it goes down. Okay, whatever. So
Okay.
I'm talking about, yeah. So himatze timatze is together. So now what the Gemara is going to say, okay, we're going to split himatze timatze and we're going to drop the prat that's on the other side of the himatze timatze in between the himatze timatze. Right? Because it says himatze, let's see. You have two rules, one next to each other. Hatel prat beinaim. Take the prat that comes afterwards and stick it in between the himatze timatze. V'doinam b'chlal prat, and then you can darshan it as the klal prat. Shadi shar. Right? And it says the pasuk says in himatze timatze hashar. So himatze is a klal, timatze is a klal, shar is a prat. So now what we do is we pick up like in Tetris, you pick up the prat, you pick up the shar, and then split the himatze timatze and drop the shar in between. Right? So shadi shar ben himatze timatze lesuye mai. So what's it coming to include?
This is in the Shlosh Esrei Midas. I know.
It's not. No, it's a subcat. No, Rav Aaron. There's not another shah. It's an underground shah. So you're not holding it until you say it for 10 years. Then you get invited. No, I'm joking. No, it's like a subcategory of it. I don't know. I don't know what Gershon shaking his head about. Right? If you're going to say that it's coming to include Balei Chaim, then Mechayim Nafka. It must be coming to include something that's not a Bal Chaim. The Dora Shochin is a Dash. It's something that's movable and it's worth something. It's Gufa it doesn't mean Gufa Mammon that it's made out of money, meaning it's worth something. That's one. Vesu Shadi Chamor Ben Himatze Letimatze. Then you take the word chamor and you put it into matze, lasuye mai. Something that's not a balech from a balech chayim mishor nafka. That you already learned out from shor. Lasuye davar masuyim. It's coming to include something that has. We had this machlokes yesterday. Rashi tells us exactly what davar masuyim is, but Rashi says it's a pshat that it has an identification on it. Okay, so that's what we're doing with the matze to matze. If that's the case, so what's Seh coming to tell us? Here we go. Now we totally change it. Ella, riba umiyat v'ribahu. It's not a klal uprado klal. It's a riba miyat riba. There's a machlokes in every klal uprado klal. Do you darshan it as a klal uprado klal or a riboy, miyat, and a riboy, right? Which comes to include more things. Because the Tana Devei Rabbi Shmuel, b'mayim beis pamim. It says by the psukim of not allowed to eat treif of fish, right? It says ezeh toichlu mikol asher b'mayim. You could eat anything in the water. Kol asher loisnabe v'kaskesas b'mayim b'yamim u'b'necholim oisam tochelim. Meaning things that have fins and scales, you're allowed to eat. And it says the word mayim twice. Right? So it says b'mayim beis pamim ein zeh klal uprat. So Rabbi Shmuel says that that's not darshan as a klal and a prat. Ela riba umiyat v'riba, riba hakol. It includes any type of water, meaning not just ocean. It includes all types of water. My Rabbi, right? What does it include? Rabbi Kol Mili, it includes everything. So therefore, it's a riboy, miyat riboy. Okay. So then, what's the obvious question? So if you're saying it's a riboy, miyat riboy, it includes everything. So now everything that has geneva, you pay kefil. Okay. So now, why do I need shor, chamor, chayim, geneva, all those? What do you need that for? Right. So it says iachi kol hani prat lamali. What do you need the pratim for? Chadam with a karka. One is coming to exclude karka, right? Because it doesn't fit into these things. The chadam ute avodim, one to exclude avodim. The chadam ute shtaros, right? Which doesn't have any, and it has value, but only what's written in it. Geneva v'chayim, look at the Rav, and Geneva and Chayim is like Rav. The Omar, achia lekeren ke'ein shegonav, which you achia literally means from the word life, but you give life to the keren like it's stolen, which we're going to see more in tomorrow's stuff. That Rav holds that you pay, meaning it's a shaila. When you pay, a guy steals and now he gets caught. So how does he pay? When does he pay the keren? Let's say the price went down on the thing. Does he pay the keren when it's when it was what it was worth when it was stolen, or later on? So Rav holds you pay what it was when it was stolen. Yeah. So then the Gemara says, fine. So that's it. That's the end of explaining where we know kefel, right? You pay a regular ganav pays kefel. Now, going back one block, Kamma. So now the other shita, who already knows it because he learned out one im yuganev, im yumotze haganav, and for actual geneva, and the other im lo yumotze haganav for tayin ganav. Right. So now, what is he going to do with this? Again, it's just continuing. Whenever you have a machlokes, it's had a darsham sukkim. So one mandama says, I don't need that drasha. So then the Gemara says, okay, so then what does the other mandama do? Right? And you have the back and forth. You need the drasha, don't need the drasha. So now we're just continuing that. So now we just darshan on himatze timatze that it's a cloud, that it's a ribuy miyud ribuy, and includes everything. Right? So now what does the other sheet to do with himatze timatze? So look at the Rava bara hiloi, Dama Rava bara hiloi. My time at the Rav, the Omer Moide B'Knas v'Halakach Bo Eidim Potter. What's the reason that a Moide B'Knas and then Eidim comes Potter? The Sivim Im Himatze Timatze, meaning Moide B'Knas normally you're Potter. So let's say a guy is Moide that he stole, so he does not have to pay the kefir. But then Eidim come and say that he stole. So since he admitted it first, Im Himatze Timatze tells you Im Himatze Be'Eidim Timtze B'Dayanim. If the Eidim are found, then we find them with Dayanim. Prat L'Mashiach Atzmai. It comes to exclude somebody who was made himself into a Russia, in which case he doesn't have to pay knas. Okay.
What time is Lech mentioned by us?
4:23.
Thank you.
11 minutes, yeah. Well, Laman Omar Tarvayu B'Tayin Tainas Ganav. So okay, so now the other sheet, the one that says that they both hold Tayin Tainas Ganav, meaning both Pesukim of Tayin Tainas Ganav, the Hayim Mimatze Timatze Mafik Leila Ganav Atzmoi. So Marshiyah Atma Minolan, how do we know this din of Marshiyah Atma? So when it answers Marshiyah Shiyah Elikim, Veloyah Marshiyah's Atma. He learns it out from the judges, Elihim, not Elikim. The judges make him into a Russia, and not if he makes himself into a Russia. Okay, now the other mandam, the one that says that he has a pasuk for each, then what does he learn from Himatze Timatze LeMashiach Atma? For a guy that makes himself into a Russia, what does he darshan? He needs it to tell you that a guy who's Maida Beknas is Potter. And the one that holds that both Sukkim are talking to is Ganav. So then what is he going to do with the drasha? Because he's going to hold that if somebody who's Maida Beknas and then Eidim come, he's going to take a hold that you are chayiv, right? The other sheet is going to hold Maida B'Knas, and then Eidim come, he's still potter. This sheet is going to say Maida B'Knas, and then Eidim come is going to be chayiv. Okay, then the other sheet, and according to the one that says that one is for Ganav, one is Tayin Tayin is Ganav, the Nafkalei Ganav Mihasam, that he learns out Ganav from over there, from Himatze to Matze. Ishlama Himatze to Matze, look at the Rabbi Loi. So then he goes with Rabbi Barilai. Meaning that a guy's putter if he's maida, even if Adam come afterwards. Avakal hani prati lamali. But him, why does he need all these pratim? Meaning, according to the other shita, we already explained why you don't need these pratim. But according to this shita, there's a klal or prato klal and a riboy miyad riboy, so he can just, and they're both saying the same diukim. I know it probably sounds like Chinese. I'm just saying it over. As I'm saying it, I'm saying I have no idea what I'm saying, but meaning he could have learned it from the other klal or prato klal from yesterday's daf. So what does he do with all these diukim? So he says, because the Tana of Rabbi Shmuel, Kol Parsha Shenemar. This is a very interesting rule from Rabbi Shmuel. Kol Parsha Shenemar v'nishnis. If you have a parsha and then it's repeated, it's the repeat, right? Which we have here, right? Loi nishnis el davar shenis chadash bro. The whole parsha was repeated just for one chiddush that's said in there, and that's it, right? And what's the chiddush? If he matzeh timatzeh. I'm sorry, not in matzeh. The chiddush is that if a guy is maida b'knas and then Adam come, then he's still put. Okay, ve'ema ganav atzmai b'shvua. Oh, so now we had said that a tayin tainas ganav who pays kefel, right? But he only pays kefel if he actually swore that he didn't steal it. Maybe a ganav also only pays kefil if he swore that he didn't steal it. Don't think that the Tani of Yaakov Omer, Shnayim Yishalim, two people, Shnayim probably pays double. I'm sorry, Shaloi B'Shvua. It's mashmi without a shvua. Ataymer Shaloi B'Shvua. Does he pay double without a shvua? Maybe it means with a shvua. Amrit Loi Kachaya. That's not the way it is. My Loi Kachaya. What does that mean? Amar Abaya Loi Lichtoi Rachmana Shnayim Yishalim Beganav. Let the Torah not write that a ganav has to pay double if he gets caught. But lazy b'kavachaymer, the Torah is got to learn out from a kavachaymer, from a guy who just says he's a ganav, right? Umat tayin tainas ganav. The betera asaliyadir, right? A tayin tainas ganav. What does that mean? It's talking about a guy was watching something for somebody, he lost it, and then he claims that it got stolen. So he took possession of this thing beheter, right? Yet the Amar Kral Lishalim Trey, he still has to pay double. Ganav Atzmai, but the crook to be Surah that it came to him with Isser, like Kol Shekain, isn't it a Kavachaymer? It's okay. So Ela Shnayim Yishalim, the Kosher Rahman of Ganav Atzmai. Let me see if we can learn it out from a Kavachaymer. Then why does it need to say Shnayim Yishalim? Dafilu Shaloi B'Shvua. It's coming to tell you that even without a Shvua, right? So then the Gemara just go a few more lines, and the Gemara says, that's it. So that's the end of the sugi of the back and forth. Now the Gemara asks, we have something else to do with this. That only tells me if a guy actually steals it with his hands. What happens if a guy steals it with his roof or his yard or his carpet? Right? What does that mean? Meaning something, let's say, blew into his property and he locked the gate. So now he's stolen. Any type of stealing, he'll have to pay kefil if he denies that he did this. The Gemara says, how do you know this? Meaning, so we're saying you know that from imatze timatze. Oh, we're using imatze timatze either to tell us that it includes all types of geneva, or it's coming to tell us if a guy's maida b'knas and then Adam comes. So the Gemara answers, Imken lemakra oy he matze, oy ti matze. And the shani kra, but if the pasuk changes it from he matze to ti matze, shmami notarti, then we can learn out two things from there. Okay.
David Spira, you still there?
Yes, sir.
So what Yaakov just said is one of the all-time great Buddy Hackett jokes. I don't know Tetra, but I know that Buddy Hackett joke.
I told him you need different references.
One of the all-time Buddy Hackett jokes.
I don't even know what a Buddy Hackett is.
Okay, if you don't, then I feel bad for you, Yaakov. I promise feel bad for you. Really? You don't know who Buddy Hackett was? I feel bad for you.
I don't know who Buddy Hackett was.
Okay.
Rabbi Aaron, we feel bad. You don't know Tetris. You feel bad. We don't know this one. Everybody's equal.
But certain
We're
things,
all
it doesn't
equal.
matter. The certain things don't matter. Not knowing who Buddy Hackett is, who's a Jewish boy from Borough Park.
I just know the song. Isn't there a song about him?
It's a Rachmanis on you. It's a Rachmanis.
Isn't there part of a verse of a song? Ooh,
And
you
you don't know the duck joke is a bigger Rachmanis, because you would still be laughing, parrots, after you finish the Suda tonight.
If he remembers it.
Now we're gonna be crying.
I'll tell you, Mitch,
The
have a
duck
different
joke?
time.
What's the duck joke?
All
Okay.
right. Let's say Tillim, and then you could say it, but I don't know if it's good.
No, I can't say it now. No.
So Yaakov, can you teach what a karfif is?
You're supposed to teach what a
Ah,
karfif. A karfif is I don't know. How does the art scroll teach it?
Porch, no?
A porch? No.
No, that's a marpeset.
Enclosure. Just check. Enclosure. An enclosure.
Enclosure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
That's
okay.
that's
Yeah.
a chutzner. That's a chutzner.
Maybe I'm. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Elim Adam Milach, Hatechrash, Vatishkoid Elti, Neo, Ivacha Yamanu, Masenacha Nasu Rosh. Alamcha Yirim Usod Yisrael to Altmanecha, Amru, Luchuvan Akit, and Megav, Lo Yisaf, Hashem Yisrael Oid. Kenayat Zule, Yachta, Valacha, Brisi Chrois, Alei, Adam, Yishmael, Mayav, Agrim. Vav Aman, Vamalek, Peleshes, and Yosh Vetor, Gam, Asher, Milva, Imam, Ho Yisrael, of Nei Litzela, Salem, Kimidyon, Kisisro, Yavam, Menachal Kishan. Nishmedu, Veindor, Ho Yudan, Allah, Adama. She say, Moin, the Divay, Ka'ire, Vechazeva, Vizeva, Tamun, Komis, Yichemai. Asher Amru, Mir Shalom Weis Nois Elihim, Elihai, Shisema Kagalgal Kakash Lefnei Ruach, Keish Tevar Yorach Lavat, Uchle Havat, Lahei Tarim, Kentir Devim Besarechu, Vesapos Posiv Aleim, Malay Feim Kolam Vaksha Shimcha Adonai, Yevashu Revel Vadea, Yachuru Yevedu, Viedu Kiata Shimcha Adonai Levadecha Yona Kol Haaretz, Achenu Kovis Yisrael, Ashto Bagalos Makriv and Marumin. All right.
Amen.
Shikaya, have the Shabbos.
Hello, good Shabbos, everyone.
Shabbos. All right. Parrots, Zagis, and Shabbos.
It's the Yaakov.
Yeah.
I was shaking my head before, half because of the pain, but the other half, my internet apparently wasn't working well.